Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of my Enderal Let's Play. Last episode we investigated the death of a man named Yarrow for Jaspar and the Holy Order, and today we're going to be talking to Jaspar and going to Ark, the capital of Enderal, and hopefully getting the Holy Order to help us with our arcane fever. So let's get right into it. Jaspar told us to meet him here, so here he is.
Huh? Now, if it isn't my new pal, how about a sip of wine?
Sure.
Here you go. So, are you ready for our little journey? It seems that Riverville's Myra's injured, so we'll have to go by foot.
Knowledge. What's a myriad?
Oh, right. You wouldn't know that since you're Naramese. Myrids are giant flying creatures. Quite nasty when wild, and quite useful when tamed. You can find myrid towers all over Enderal. And for a small fee, the keepers in their myrids can take you from point A to B in no time. But, as I said, Riverville's myrid's injured, so we'll have to walk.
Alright, let's go. The sooner I get rid of this fever, the better.
Splendid. Let's wait until nightfall, though. That way it's less likely we'll run into an ambush in the pass. One more thing. Up to now, you've seemed more like the close combat type to me. In battle, I mean. Am I right?
I guess so, yes.
I knew it. I'm asking because I was in the market just now stocking up on provisions, and I got myself some new reading material. Here, I think you might find this useful.
So, learning book, heavy armor, apprentice, block, one-handed. Okay. In Enderal, your combat-oriented skills only raise through using learning books. Yeah, I already figured that out a while ago. Okay, so especially further in the game, you will need high skill values, so you should always save a part of your income for learning books. Yep, okay. Yeah, basically I already know all this stuff. I guess I'll just ask for the knowledge point, though. What are these books?
The Arizalian in My Bed, Sensual Confessions of a Vagabond Lady, Volumes 1 and 2. You know, for the lonely nights. Jokes aside, these are learning books, from arcanists or master fencers, depending on what you read. You know how to fight, but if you want to get better, you have to enjoy reading these once in a while.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Then off we go, I'd say. You go on ahead. Just take the route leading north out of Riverville. It'll lead us straight to the mountain pass.
Another character accompanies you now as long as you follow the preset path Jaspar will follow you. If you leave that path, you do not need to go back to Jaspar, just look out for the notification Jaspar follows you again. After some moments, he will be back at your side. If not, he will once you arrive in the foreign quarters of Ark. Okay. Interesting. I believe I have my two-handed as high as it will go with the apprentice skill books, and then my heavy armor is close.
You're leaving our world, rising up high to the path eternal, to the stars.
You may have noticed that I have new armor and a new sword, because I did do quite a bit of exploring off camera, and I did find some enemies with some steel weapons, so I stole one of their steel swords, their steel great swords, so I have that now. Let's see, where? Ah, that way. Oh yeah, just follow the signs that say Ark. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have to walk all the way over to there. Yeah, that's a pretty long trip, it seems like. But we have just Bar to keep us company, so at least it won't be too dangerous, I don't think, with the two of us. I do really like the music in this game quite a lot. It's quite nice, quite beautiful. I think Skyrim's music is a little bit more subtle than Enderal's, and in a way I do kind of like the subtle music, but the kind of like louder and more exciting music is kind of refreshing.
Huh?
I feel like wearing heavy armor makes me so slow. So I am going to try to go up the heavy armor tree and get the conditioning perk, which makes heavy armor weigh less and also slow us down less. I think that's a good idea to go for, so we're a little bit more mobile, light on our feet. Sounds like a wolf up there. Yep. 2 wolves. Surprised I didn't just go for the rabbit there. Whoa. That's why this like teleport? Okay, he seems like he knows what he's doing. Oh, level up. Okay. Kinda feel like going more into stamina. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this level up here. Have a lot of the two-handed taken, including Fury Driven, which gives us health regen in combat as long as we're using a two-handed weapon, which is rather nice. I think I'm going to go up here now to get conditioning, so I'll go the next one, Shield Wall. Eventually we'll be able to unlock a class combination once we hit level 20. We need like 10 perks taken in 2 different trees, and then that'll give us like a bonus based on the 2 different trees that we have taken. So the combo for two-handed and heavy armor is called Champion, and that gives us health regen as a passive at all times, which is pretty nice because, or maybe it's not at all times, maybe it's just out of combat, but either way, that's quite nice because normally your health does not regenerate in Enderal. So having health regen in combat via Fury Driven and having it outside of combat via Champion means we won't have to eat as much food. And that way we can kind of save our resources for when we need it the most. The puddles look really pretty when they're, because they reflect the aurora from the sky. So they get that kind of like multicolored look to them. The water effects with all the mods in this game are really nice. by some bandits.
We're in some trouble.
Looks like they're trying to run away from us though. Jaspar's actually doing pretty well there. Oh whoa, he just killed 2 of them by himself? Oh, and we can also see his health and all of his stats on the top left. That's nice. Kinda wish Skyrim had that. Lots of stuff to take in here. I did actually find out that coal is a useful item to pick up, because you need it if you want to smelt ore into ingots. So you should kind of always pick up coal if you have the space in your inventory. I have been working on leveling my handicraft skill so that I can smith more like armor and weapons once I get the blueprints for it. But with the stuff that I just picked up from exploring and, you know, picking up whatever armor and weapons, I don't really need to craft anything at the moment, because the stuff that I could craft is like barely better than what I currently have, or not better at all in some cases. Like, I don't think I can craft a better sword than the one that I have right now. And if I were to craft armor, I think it would be maybe slightly better, but not really enough to justify it. The armor that I have on right now is a set called the Rat Catcher set, and it gives bonuses for having multiple pieces of the set equipped. So I think with all, like, the full set completed, it wouldn't really, it's kind of better than maybe like iron or steel armor. Though maybe a full set of iron would give a little bit more defense, I'm not 100% sure. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy with the Rat Catcher set, especially because I don't take a whole lot of damage anyways, unless I'm playing stupidly, for the most part. I did also get a steel warhammer, but I do kind of like the great swords better. They have a slightly longer reach from what I've experienced. And the longer reach is really nice for being able to kind of keep enemies at a range where I can hit them, but they can't hit me. Whole snowy area here. Changed climates pretty quickly. Some more bandits up here.
Isn't it? It's moments like these that make life so damn worth living. This place was once a trading post, in case you're wondering, but it's been deserted ever since the isolation.
The isolation?
Yeah, that's what we call the decree that was made 30 years ago here in Enderal. Simply put, the Order decided to reduce their trade with other countries of the civilized world to a minimum. Not a very economical choice to make, but that was roughly the time when the Lightborn Eridan left Narim. The Order was probably afraid something similar could happen in Enderal. You know, open harbors quicken the exchange of information, which in turn quickens rebellious thinking, and so on. Since the decree, trading in Enderal has been subject to very strict regulations, and only the wealthy can still afford things like Termatralian wine or Chilean spices. Anyway, since then, a lot of once flourishing trading posts have closed down. such as the Three Rivers Watch down at the Sun Coast, or this one.
You collected 10 knowledge points. As your reward, you receive a permanent bonus of your skills. Bonus which can get stronger when you gather more knowledge. Cool. Interesting.
Yeah. If you want to take a look for yourself, feel free. If not, let's push on. We still have a good march ahead of us.
Yeah, I think we might as well explore places a little bit. I don't necessarily want to make this video like too long of just exploring things, but I think it's worth taking a look, right? I'm sure this place can't be too big unless it has some sort of a basement or something. Oh, it does have a basement, doesn't it? Okay. Is that— oh, that's a spider. Spiders can actually be quite dangerous. Like if they poison you, it can really do a lot of damage. Like, it doesn't do it immediately, of course, but it's a very slow drain, and they can really, like, whittle you down over a long time period. And with how limited healing is in this game, it's really bad, honestly. Like, they shouldn't be as strong as they are, but you really don't want to get hit with multiple stacks of poison. I can't hit it because the precision makes it so that you just like hit walls if you're too close to them. So Jaspar won't come in with us for that little journey, which is interesting. Ah, yes, this looks very friendly. So I'd assume there's some bandits up here then. You know, a lot of Skyrim is very cold, but at the same time it doesn't feel like this. Like, the atmosphere is different. Enderal just seems to be made in a different way. The setting is just, like, even if it's a similar setting, it just feels different. It's quite interesting, really. Okay, of course they had to have an arrow to the knee reference. I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Fun little bit of trivia, I guess, is that the term arrow to the knee used to basically mean, like, getting married. So the guards in Skyrim aren't necessarily saying that they actually, like, took a arrow to the knee in combat, but probably rather that they got a wife and then they had to quit adventuring because, you know, they had a family to take care of.
You there! Yes, you! Come over here, now! I need your help. It's urgent. My brother, Olvar, he's up the hill in that camp by the fire. But it's his turn to take watch, and I'm bloody freezing out here. Tell him to come here right now, else I will go back to Ark without him.
Okay.
What do you want? Get lost. There's nothing for you to see here.
Your brother sent me. He said he's freezing, and then it's your turn to take watch.
Oh, does he now? Then listen up, pal. Since we've come here, that fat bastard has done nothing other than get plastered. Tell him that until he's sober, I won't move a finger width from this fire.
Okay. So this is just a quest where you have to walk back and forth and talk to the brothers. Olvar said you're an idiot who does nothing else but get plastered. Until you sober up, he won't come.
What? I'm drunk? Because this idiot made me wait out here for hours? If it weren't for him, we would be on our way back to Ark already. Tell him to move his fat ass over here right now.
Bunvar told me to tell you to move your fat arse.
Oh, did he now? Well then, you tell him that what he wants interests me as much as the colour of his fucking balls.
Okay. Oliver said what you want interests him as much as the color of your fucking balls.
What? Alright, that's it. Go and kick that bloody moron's ass, give him a knuckle sandwich, smack him in the gob, spank the living shit. Ah, you know what I mean.
Okay, on your responsibility.
Oh yes, on my responsibility.
Discipline Olvar. Okay. I had a chat with your brother. He told me to give you a knuckle sandwich and to spank the living shit out of you.
Oh yeah? Well, I'd love to see that.
Okay, that... Oh. Oh, so I thought this was gonna be like a brawl, but we're just like murdering a dude. Okay, so then we have to tell the other brother that we beat him up. Okay. I've done as you asked.
Good, that will teach him a lesson. Here, take this for your help. Now get lost, or I need to take a nap.
Blazes,
Okay.
what idiots. Welcome to the Enderalian people, my friend.
Alright, that's definitely... definitely a fun quest, honestly. It's kind of like a silly concept, and you would think that it would just be like a really boring quest, but they managed to make it funny. So what's... Wait, so this is just like nothing down there? Oh no, it's more of the... more of the path down there. I guess it loops around. Okay, so we went along there and then we're gonna go, okay. What's that down there? A saber cat? Interesting.
That was easy.
It was actually. We got Shadow Stalker scales, so that's what you are, a Shadow Stalker. Has a longer, fluffier tail than the saber cats in Skyrim, which is interesting. I don't know if that's just a result of like mods that change the texture, or if that's part of Enderal itself. That looks like some sort of like exit to a dungeon.
Eager to explore, aren't you?
Oh, okay. I thought that was... How far back is this autosave? Okay, just after we completed the quest. Good. Okay, yeah, I thought that was enough water that we could jump off of it, and... Yeah. Yeah. Fall damage really does get ya. Well, I think it's only gotten me like 2 or 3 times in this playthrough though, and I did run into some pretty hard fights before that did take a few tries, so I think overall it's probably fights that have cost me more deaths, or definitely the fights that have cost me more deaths, but that does kind of make sense as this is a somewhat difficult mod list with, and I'm playing on one of the harder difficulties. Oh, a ghost. Well, Jaspar is just like crazy strong. Is there anything behind here? Can't even really get in there. Okay. Oh no, I think we're stuck. Jaspar, how dare you? I use console commands. There we go. Kind of rude of Jaspar to, like, dunk us under the water and get us stuck in that little hole there. Oh, that's quite a bridge. Okay. Oh. A Draugr, but like not a Draugr. Okay. I could be a sneaky archer and I could shoot that guy in the foot. Well, in the knee, actually. I could shoot him in the knee. If only I were playing a stealth archer build. But generally speaking, I prefer warrior builds to stealth archers. Oh, he got me. Oh, okay, that's a lot of enemies.
You fucking scum.
Okay,
You'll pay for
dude
that.
just got launched.
Lucky.
Ooh. Jaspar cut her head off. Oh, okay. I thought that was the end of it, but no, there's more enemies. We are just tearing through them. Alright, I think the last one is up here. Oh, she hit the side of the wall. There we go. That was actually pretty easy for being like, what was that, like 6 bandits? Like, that was a good group of them. That was brutal. Yeah, so I think if you land the finishing blow on someone's head, they do just get their head cut off with, I forget the mod that is. I think it's Dismemberment Framework, it's called. So that's a really cool one. I think that it's pretty satisfying to just like hit a final like power attack and just their head just goes flying. Quite a lot of stuff in here, it looks like. Eggs. Oh, they just got a bunch of chicken eggs. Okay. Oh my god, Jaspar. He's always trying to block me in places. This is why I don't like followers in Skyrim a lot. Like, a lot of the time I just don't take followers with me in Skyrim, and that is why. They just always block where you're trying to go. Really just wants to run into me all the time. I feel like he has a closer following distance than a lot of the followers in Skyrim do. Something about how they programmed him, I guess. What are you doing? Get away! He's just constantly pushing me into things. You almost think he has some sort of a problem with me. Summon Ancestor. Okay. Psionics. Adept, so we are starting to get adept books. Which is good because I'm starting to need them. At least for my two-handed and heavy armor. Account of an unknown traveler. I'll take this just in case it's useful later. And an ice claw all the way up here. Glad I checked. And then is this where we're supposed... No, it's not where we're supposed to go. That's interesting. So is there more over here then?
Aren't you? Take your time, I'll wait. I can use a break anyway.
It seems like there's something.
Never walk back on the road from the aged man's abode. Oh, places. Sorry. I know. I can't sing.
There we go. All right. Maybe there's not really anything over here. Doesn't lead anywhere, it doesn't seem like. Well, Brown Rock Cave, okay. Might explore that later. Wow. Pretty big drop down there. Looks like there's some sort of like a sewer grate. Yeah. Huh. And some crabs. So maybe the sewer grate connects to some sort of a dungeon or something. You see that? You see that? He just runs straight through me. Like, what is up with him? Maybe it's because he's not, like, technically our follower, but, like, he only follows us if we're on the road or something like that, where he's just programmed to run along with us, and sometimes if we stop, he just barrels right through.
Eager to explore, aren't you? Take your time, I'll wait. I can use a break anyway.
Yeah, lots of towers around here, it seems like. Just, random places to explore. So yeah, I guess I'll need to explore more of this later.
Eager to explore, aren't you? Take your time, I'll wait. I can use a break anyway.
Oh, there it is. I swear I looked like all over the lock and I couldn't figure out where the sweet spot was. I think I'll have a lot of iron after this. I mean, I think I already do, but that'll be nice because then I can probably sell a lot of that stuff. Like make new armor and weapons, and then sell that for some extra money. Well, what's this little thing here? Oh,
Take your time, I'll wait. I can use a break anyway.
wow, we make a good team. They just got annihilated. Yeah, so it does look like our lockpick durability carries over. Through, like, when we exit out of the lockpicking, it still loses durability, which is interesting.
Let's go. Shouldn't waste any more time.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things to explore around here. So it seems like we just keep going straight until we find Ark. There's a wolf somewhere around here. Oh, well that must be Ark. Wow. And with the sunrise just right behind it, casting those rays out, that's really quite pretty. Alright. Who are you?
Hey, you there. Yes, you. Can you spare a moment for him? He would be very grateful.
Some sort of a priest? Who would?
Well, he. Kermai Kazor Tatika Jape.
Okay. That's definitely a name. What do you need?
Your help. Tell him, do you have good eyes?
Oh, he's blind. I think so, yes.
Good. Very good. Let him cut to the chase. He is in dire need of eggs. Lots of eggs. And he wants you to help him.
You're a starling, aren't you?
A half-starling, yes. But unfortunately, he's not from Anku, if that's what you would have asked next. Which is something he really regrets. This world, it's so dirty, so loud. But, well, what can you do? One is what one is.
That sounds like an unusual task.
It is, indeed. The eggs he is looking for are hard to come by. Do you see those brown hammerbirds circling over the heartland? In many other countries, such as Nerim or Kira, their hatchlings are brought up to be letterbirds. He wants to raise such letterbirds for a special purpose. So, what do you say? Will you help an old starling? The ancient fathers would thank you for it. He's sure of that.
Interesting. What special purpose exactly?
Oh, that's hard to explain. He doubts you would understand. But it has to do with our lost home, the Star City.
Your lost home?
Yes, the place we starlings come from, and where we are destined to return to eventually. Don't you know the stories? There's a city far up in the sky, and all the worldly suffering doesn't exist there. But this is no place to talk about that. There are books which could explain our prophecies a lot better than he ever could.
Hammerbird eggs. Understood. Where exactly can I find them?
Well, that is the part where your good eyes come into play. All you need to do is follow the movements of the birds flying above the sea here and in its vicinity. Eventually, they will return to their nests, and that's where you can find the eggs. Just come back once you've found a good handful or more. He will wait for your return.
Okay. Started the biggest egg hunt ever. Alright. It is rather majestic. I guess this is it. Into the city.
Oh my. Another exhausted soul, aren't you? Are you sure you want...
I beg your
Oh,
pardon?
come on! Don't you think I see how you're slaving away? You can hardly put one foot before the other. Look how exhausted you are. And this armor. Whew, it must weigh tons. Thank Malphus, I have just the right thing for you. A way to ease your travels. A mount. And you know what? Today's your lucky day. If you agree to help me out with a little problem of mine, I'll give you one for free.
What kind of problem?
Gnarldolf, a troll. For 2 months now, every night, I've been hearing this horrible, bloodthirsty grunting near the farm. The guard says I'm only imagining it, but trust me, I've seen enough of the world to know troll noises when I hear them. When it all started, the grunting came from back in the forest, but it's gotten closer each night, and I'm sure that thing is out for my animals. So, what do you say? You kill Gnarldolf for me, and in return, you will get one of my very best donkeys for free. Whirlwind. And believe me, he lives up to his name.
Where the heck does that name come from? Gnarldolf.
What? That doesn't ring a bell. Gnarldolf? As in, the Gnarldolf? From the fairy tale, The Seraph and the Beast. Considering how horrible the grunting sounds, that name seemed fitting to me. But call him what you want, it doesn't matter. As long as you kill him.
Fine, I'll see what I can do. Any ideas how I can find him?
Oh, that should be pretty easy. Just wait until shortly after midnight and then scout the area. Eventually, you'll hear that grunting I told you about. Then just find out where it comes from. And needless to say, be careful. You look like you can take care of yourself, otherwise I wouldn't have asked. But these beasts are not to be underestimated.
Alright. Very large doors there.
And here we are. Welcome to Ark. I've got some things to take care of here. So let's meet at the market once you're ready to meet Grandmaster Tealor Arenthiel and his mages in person, alright?
Tealor Arenthiel, the former Grand Master of the Holy Order, I thought he was imprisoned in Aram.
By his own son, Nerazil, yeah. But roughly 2.5 years ago, he suddenly appeared back in Enderal, accompanied by a handful of mages who once fought against him in the Great War. Weird, I know, but that's how it was.
Let me get this straight. The Lightborn's most trusted servant returned to Enderal together with his former arch-enemies.
He did, yeah. It seems that something happened between him and them that made them sort out their issues, you could say. They're allies now, and frankly, nobody quite knows why. You can imagine what kind of uproar that caused among the Holy Order itself. But in the end, Arenthiel got things his way. You can say what you want about him, but he never lost his charisma, that's for sure.
So that means the Lightborn's most vicious enemies now work together with the Lightborn's most faithful servants. That's bizarre.
You're telling me. But apparently their alliance has something to do with this red madness. I guess we'll see what happens.
Could you tell me a little bit more about the city, where I can find some new gear, for example?
Oh, sure, I should have thought of that. Pardon me. Alright then. Ark is divided into 5 districts, not counting the harbor. The Foreign Quarter, where we are right now, the Marketplace, the Nobles' Quarters, the South Quarter, and the Temple. If you're looking to gear up, I guess the market would be the place to go. You can find anything there, from food to weapons, armor, and whatever else you need. If it's magical supplies and alchemy you need, however, you best try your luck in the Nobles' Quarters. But prepare yourself for some dismissive looks. Up there's also the bathing house and the theater, in case you have the coin for that. Finally, there's the temple, which is hard to overlook. Normal citizens are not permitted to enter it, and from up there, the Holy Order reigns over this country. But if all goes according to plan, you'll soon see it from the inside. And then there's the Undercity.
Undercity. That doesn't sound too inviting.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it isn't. The Undercity's a cluster of caves directly beneath our feet. And down there is where the poor and the sick live, not to mention those that the Order doesn't like to see in their neat, pretty streets in the upper city. Not a place I'd recommend you visit, at least not unless you're looking for mischievous things.
Okay, I think I'll find my way around.
Great. Then see you later and enjoy your stay.
Alright. Within Ark, you may also use the signpost to travel back and forth between the different districts. To do so, just walk in front of a signpost and interact with it. So... Where? Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, with that, I think I'll end this video off. I guess next time we'll go and talk to the whole Holy Order, get everything sorted out with them. So thank you all for watching, have a great day, see you all in the next one.